This is Dr. Whiting, and today we're going to talk about Candida and the Candida diet. All over the internet, you've got everybody talking about the infamous Candida diet, what it does, what it doesn't do. Unfortunately, they don't talk about that, but we will. And how you can drastically and painfully restrict your dietary intake and control your Candida once and for all. There are several problems connected with this situation, which we'll get into in a few minutes. However, first, let's talk about just what Candida is. Candida albicans is a naturally occurring yeast organism found in the gastrointestinal tract of every single human being. Medical science has no idea why it's there. We don't know what it does, but we know that if everything is in balance, it doesn't cause anybody any trouble. It's only when the delicate balance of the intestinal tract gets significantly out of whack, then we have a situation which can either lead to candidiasis of the gastrointestinal tract or, worse yet, systemic candidiasis, which can proliferate and infect and affect every inch and every organ system of your body. Systemic candidiasis can affect the liver, the stomach, obviously the colon and the intestine, the genitourinary region, the brain, and it doesn't hold a whole lot of restriction when it comes to that. So obviously, we're interested in solving this problem if you have developed it. How do you know if you've developed it? Well, one of the easiest ways is to go and take our Candida evaluation. You can go to thecandidaclinic.com and you can take our Candida evaluation. You see, there's no blood test or medical test for Candida because we all test positive because we all have it. But we base our evaluation on symptoms. The more symptoms, the greater the cluster of symptoms, the more likely it is that you probably have either a yeast infection or a systemic candidiasis situation. Once we have that information, we can contact you, discuss it, and help evaluate the way to solve the problem. Now, solving the problem should be our goal. And as I said at the outset, the Candida diet isn't one of them. I have been helping people eliminate systemic yeast infections and overgrowth for 40 years. During that time, I have never, not one time, have I seen the Candida diet actually eliminate or cure this problem. In virtually every single situation, when people are following this strict and unhealthy dietary lifestyle, their symptoms improve. There's no doubt. And there are reasons for that other than the obvious. They involve hormones, they involve blood sugar, they involve insulin, they involve a lot of things. But the bottom line is the hour and minute those people go off of that diet because they just can't stand it anymore, their Candida symptoms come back full-blown with a vengeance. Because it's masking over the situation. It's treating the headache with an aspirin, but not the cause of the headache. So let's talk about the solution to this problem. In my 40 years of experience of dealing with this, I have found only one system, one way of eliminating systemic candidiasis, and that's through use of a buffered oral oxygen supplement. You see, the Candida albicans organism is anaerobic, and what that means is it doesn't like oxygen. In fact, it can't survive in oxygen. Now, I understand there are many people who say, well, it can adapt to the higher oxygen. Yes, to some extent, but not when we overpower the body with oxygen, increasing oxygen potential to 96% or higher, the little Candida bug doesn't have a chance. And doing so over several weeks of time, we can actually assist the body in destroying and eliminating the Candida albicans organism, no matter where it is residing in your body, whether it's the liver, the sinuses, the brain, the bronchioles, the lungs, it doesn't matter, because oxygen goes to every cell of your body from head to toe. So we can get the buggers regardless of where they're living. And I will tell you, if I thought the Candida diet worked, I would tell you. It has some benefit, sometimes considerable benefit, if your Candida is localized. It's confined to your gastrointestinal tract. But if it has become systemic, you're off and running, and all the dietary changes in the world are not going to make the least bit of difference. If you want to arrest your Candida problem, if you want to find out if in fact you have a systemic Candida problem, go to thecandidaclinic.com. Take the evaluation, and that way you and I both will know where you stand on the Candida scale.